got to tell you, man, I'm so proud of the speakers. I can't express how, I don't know, it's just, we've been here now for a little over 4 years. And it's like I'm still back there listening to Jerome, and I'm like trying to like act tough. I'm trying to choke it back. Anybody else feel that way in here when he was talking? Jerome, where's Jerome at? Jerome, I'm going to tell you what, man, you are going to be so big in this business. I can just see it, man. I can see you on the stage at the convention. I can see you grow into that person in front of a room of thousands of people, man. And I just love you people. I love it, man. Give it up for Jerome again. So, I was thinking about what to talk about tonight, and, when I started in this business, I hoped that it would work. I remember being up at night and just had this feeling like this could really be the thing. This could really get me to the place that I wanted to be, because I remember being in my backyard with my brother and asking that question. I don't even remember who said it this morning or today, but is this all there is to life? Is this it? Right? Anybody ever feel that before? It's just that feeling, this your soul, right? And the secret to this business is all mindset. It's 100% mindset, right? When I came to my first Primerica meeting, I remember how weird it felt. I'm like, this is not very fun. I'm not really sure what to think of this. I was like, this is just different than anything I've ever experienced before, but it was magical though. I mean, if this is your first time here, you probably feel it's like a mix of emotions. You don't know what to think, right? And I remember walking in there and thinking that, and I would go to the Tuesdays and the Fridays, and if you were to meet me before, you'd think that I really liked the Tuesdays, because it's real systematic, and I just want the facts, but you come here and it just speaks to your heart. You come here and it's like, this is for me. These are my people. These are dreamers. So I was thinking about, I've been reading a book called The Power of Consistency, and it's a very powerful book. If you haven't read it, it's a really good book. The guy that wrote it was in prison for a number of years, and found that it was his thoughts that got him to where he was. And when he changed his thoughts, he changed his entire life. He became a better father. He built a multi-million-dollar business. And I think about that book, and I think about the people in this room, and it doesn't matter where you're at right now. You might be sitting there and you're thinking, I could never be that person. I could never be a person that could really build a large business and have people follow me. But I promise you, you can. I've seen it happen so many times in this business. This is a company of destiny. We don't just say that. It's not just words, guys. It's a real thing. This is a place, if you're here, you're supposed to be here tonight. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to hear the messages. I'm listening to John Cooper, and I'm like, I needed to hear that message tonight. I'm listening to Shane Mel, I'm like, these are the kind of people that you want to be in business with. Andy Onset, I'm like, what in the world is that guy on? But these are world-class people, guys. And, I started thinking about school and all the things that we're taught growing up, right? And the things that we place value in, right? Schools teach people truth comes from authority, right? Intelligence is the ability to remember and repeat. Oh, that's important. I'm sure that makes a huge difference in your life, right? Accurate memory and repetition are rewarded. Non-compliance is punished. Conform intellectually and socially. These are things that we're taught in schools, and they don't teach you how to think. They teach you how to go and do a standardized test. And actually, what I'd like to do, I'd like to do an example tonight. All right, I'd like to give you guys an example, sort of like a social experiment. I have to get a couple volunteers. Anybody? Andrew. Let's do Andrew. Andrew will be perfect. Let's give it up for Andrew, guys. So I want to tell you guys something about Andrew. This guy right here has the heart of a freaking lion, all right? He's cocky, all right? He doesn't always want to listen, but this guy's going to be huge, all right? He's driving from Ohio on a regular basis. He's building an incredible team. He just will keep working until he figures it out, all right? So I'm actually needing a couple. Aristina, could you help me, please? And Mabel. Where's Mabel at? I need Mabel too, all right? All right, there we go. Mabel, I need you up here. Bring your notebook, Mabel. Bring your notebook. That's why I asked you about that earlier. I need you for a very specific reason. So let me just line this up for you here, okay? So you want to win in this business, right, Andrew?
course.
You want to win?
Yes.
Yes, it is. He's still growing, all right? He's taller than I am, he's still growing. All right? We're all growing in this business. Yeah, so Andrew wants to win in this business. You're coachable, right?
I think so.
Okay, good. He's coachable, all right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to have you assemble something, okay? Now, Aristida, you're going to be his coach, okay? All right, good. I hope so. Are you coachable?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, so you're coachable. All right, good. So you will be coachable to Aristida. Once we get going, it's him that's going to coach you. So make sure you listen to him. Do exactly what he says. You going to do that?
Sure.
Okay, good. So I'm going to have you swear in a second here, all right? And after you swear, you can't listen to anybody else. You got to listen to what he has to say. He'll tell you exactly what to do. Is that fair? All right, good. Raise your right hand. Say, I swear I'm coachable.
I swear I'm coachable.
I swear I'll listen to Aristida.
I swear I'll listen to Aristida.
I swear that I'll finish the project.
I swear I'll finish this project.
All right, good. Put your hand down.
I'm liking this.
All right, good. All right, you guys believe it? Okay, good. So, first thing I need you to do is take a seat. Put on this blindfold. All right, put on this blindfold. All right, good. There we go. Make sure it's on there good. Okay. So, one thing, is it okay if I just give him a little bit more?
I thought I was going to coach him.
Yeah, I know you're going to coach him. It's just one thing. I'll just give you one more thing. So, you have to assemble something, all right? And you got to listen to Aristida. And it's important that you listen to what he says so that you can put this together properly. Does that make sense? Okay, good. And Mabel, I just want you to take notes on what he's saying so we don't get anything mixed up. Fair enough?
What's Steve saying?
Yep, I want Steve saying. He's going to teach him this stuff, okay? All right, good. So Steve's going to do it. Can we get some music, actually?
These are my instructions, right? All right. Andrew, you ready? Andrew, you ready? All right. First instruction. Name your blend of half. Name your blend of half. All right. Let me try it again. I'll go slower. Name your blend of half. All right. I gotta try that one more time. Name your blend of half. All right. Let's try the next one. Use. You ready? Gebruik de Google vertaler.
All right, everybody. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean
Alleen de
blue. Good job. I wonder if that's is that a clue? Ocean
Alleen de
blue.
precies gebruiken.
Oh, that's a pretty good one you got there, Mike. All right, guys. I before E, except
Alleen de
after.
precies gebruiken.
Good job.
Alleen de
Except after
precies
C.
gebruiken.
Andrew, I hope you're paying attention here. Guys, if you get caught on fire, you gotta stop, drop, and good job.
Breng ze op het kurkbord. Mensen.
I pledge allegiance to the. I wonder if he's getting any of these hints.
Neem je blinddoek af.
Oh, no, Andrew. All right, Andrew,
Nou,
let's.
gebruik de Google vertaler.
What?
Say that one more time.
What?
Gebruik de Google vertaler. Alleen de geprinte sheets gebruiken. Mabel, do you understand me?
Yeah.
She understands me.
All right, everybody, give it up for Andrew. All right, Andrew, just stay seated for a second. It looks like you really didn't get a whole lot done here. How did you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah, it looked really fun. It looked really fun. All right, guys. So, you know, we learn a lot of things in school, right? And we're taught to like memorize these things, but what does it really do for you in your life? I mean, you're teaching you all these things so you can pass these tests, you can get out and you're told these things. But if you looked at Andrew up here, I'm going to tell you why this was a kind of a interesting sort of an idea here. So what this represents is Andrew's brain right here, okay? And I bet you're wondering, how do we know it was going to be Andrew up here? Because I knew Andrew was going to sit in the front row, and I knew he was going to raise his hand, and I knew it would be perfect to put Andrew up here doing this. So Andrew, you said you're coachable, right?
I guess not.
Okay, why didn't you do what Aristina told you?
Because he was speaking in some other language.
Oh, all right, gotcha. Gotcha, that makes sense, okay. So, if you're distracted by a bunch of other things, you're not going to get your goal, all right? So we don't even know, probably most people don't even know what the heck his goal was while you were doing this, right? Like, what, I mean, there's like all kinds of crazy stuff in here. Let's see, what do we have in this box? I have a list of some of the stuff in here. Money doesn't buy happiness. There's something that somebody put in his box. Let's see here. That looks like company benefits. They're super important. Somebody put that in his box. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Paid vacations. They're important. Time and a half. That's important. Goals. That one actually might be important, huh? Fact. Exactly right. Oh, it's a title. Ooh, it's an important title, right? We all want to have a title. That's important, right? These are all different things. Oh, here's one. I heard this one the other day. I'm thankful I have a job. There's a good one someone put in his box. This thing's a pyramid. College degree. It's important, right? What's this one? Just a second. Let me unpack this. Oh, I see what it is. It's an SAT score. It's a good thing that was in there, right? These are all important things, right? See, these are things that people are putting in your box every single day. People that probably care about you, that have these ideas that they think are important. And you're sifting through and you don't know what your goals are. You don't know where you're going in life. And you don't know what to pick from. But here's the thing, when you're in school, it's not like you think of where you want to be long term. You just kind of take steps in this direction. Say, yeah, I should go to college. I should get a good job. But what do you want your life to look like? And you get distracted by life. You go to summer league softball. I have a guy right now that's in a, what is that game called where you throw the beanbag? Cornhole. He's in a cornhole league. It's the craziest thing. If you're in a cornhole league, I apologize for doing that, but really you should maybe put your time into something else. Right? Starve your distractions, feed your focus. You gotta be laser focused on winning long term, right? See, if you don't have a goal and you don't know what it is that you're going for, this is what your life is going to look like. This is all the crap that people are putting in the box. Is Mabel still up here somewhere? I'm going to actually have Mabel. Mabel, I need you to be up here. Actually, Mabel, why don't you tell us what did Aristida actually say? What were his things that he was given to him, his instructions?
In English or Dutch?
In English, not in Dutch.
He said, put your blindfold on.
No, take your blindfold off.
Then take your blindfold off. Use the Google Translator. Only use the printed sheets. And then stick them to the corkboard on there.
That's all he had to do. Okay, go ahead and stick these up there if you would, guys. Go ahead and pull these out and stick them up on the board. So why is it so important, right? He didn't even know what he was supposed to do. He didn't know, hey, there's a resource right over here that's going to teach me exactly what I need to do. He wouldn't have known that, right? And I think of it like our coaches. You think of the people that are trying to teach you things. They say, you need to be at this meeting, and you're like, but why do I need to be at the meeting? Well, is it really that important that I'm at the meeting? I got stuff at home, right? Your go to work all day, you spend 40 plus hours at work throughout the week, and then you need to be at a meeting for 3 hours a week, but you're too busy in your life. Do you think maybe you're focused on the wrong things? Aristina, can you ride this thing? I would love to see Aristina. Hey, you guys want to see Aristina ride this? You're focused on the wrong things, right? I proved to you guys that there's the instructions. Take off your blindfold, right? Use Google Translate. Use the printed sheets only. Were you guys really confused when he started speaking in Dutch, by the way? But that's what it's like when you start here. People are telling you things like, thoughts are, right? They tell you these things, right? We are indoctrinated in school. We're trying to do the same thing here. I remember when I first started here, I felt like it was almost like brainwashing. But that's exactly what it is. It's supposed to be. But the right kind of brainwashing. When I started going back to work, I saw how negative it was. I could hear the words that people were saying. It's super negative about themselves and about other people. They would say those things like, well, another day, another dollar. I'm never going to have that, so what does it matter? Right? These are the things that people are telling themselves, right? So if at first you don't succeed, maybe you should try doing what your coach told you the first time. See, you're here for a reason. But if you're not going to listen to the people that have the results, then you might as well quit now. Because this is what you're working with. You're pulling this crap out of your box and you think, I can figure it out. No, the wrong people have been putting things into your mind for so long that you gotta get focused on the right things. You gotta get focused on the right things, right? Michael Jordan said his best skill was he was coachable. That was Michael Jordan's best skill, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. Arguably. I know there's some people here who be like, well, yeah, but... No, listen, he's better than most people, okay? And he's talking about being coachable. You think maybe he knows something about it. See, anybody that's ever won in this business is going to tell you that they were coachable. That they listened to the person even when it didn't feel right necessarily. Right? If you're listening to somebody and they sound like they're speaking another language, it's probably in this business because you don't understand the language of success yet. That's the reason why, right? So these are some of the Primerica messages that we teach people. And tell me if these hurt people, by the way. God, family, business. Guys, we teach people that it's not worth giving up your family or your relationship with whatever God that you believe in to build a business, but that it should be done in that order, right? Solid yellow lines. We talk about setting up solid yellow lines in your life. This is when I have time with my family. This is when I set time with my business, and I don't mix the two. I don't sit and think about my family when I'm at business, and I don't sit with my family and think about business when I'm there. When I'm with my family, I'm with my family. Totally. And when I'm doing my business, I don't monkey around with all this other stuff. I go to work because my family deserves it. That's what solid yellow lines means. How about this one? Teamwork makes the what? Teamwork! That's way better than ocean blue. Columbus he thought he was in India. Guys, and we're like learning this crap. How about this one? How we do the little things is how we do everything. You think that this stuff is helpful to learn this? It's extremely helpful. What you focus on grows. How about this one? I'm relentless. I'm a competitor. I'm doing what others won't so I can have what others don't. I will pay the price and expect to win. My future is bright. I am a champion. Guys, isn't this awesome? Don't you just love this? I mean, where else are you going that's teaching you this stuff? Where else are you going where they're saying, man, you don't need that in your box. That ain't doing you any good. Stop paying attention to it. Maybe you should be looking at these other things, right? See, in school, it's not, they limit your imagination. That's called indoctrination. They're not teaching you anything. They're indoctrinating you to be a person that can go to be a good little employee. They have a bell that goes off and you go to your next class. That's not how you win long-term in life. If you ever read a book by anybody that's ever been successful, it isn't because, I did exactly what they told me in school. It's always the opposite. Always. If that's the case, and it is, then why would you think that way works? Just because your buddy told you? Guys, wake up, man. Open up take the other pill. What is that? The Matrix, right? So self-development, punctuality, commitment, energy, integrity, attitude, work ethic, dreams, purpose, overdo things, be coachable, mental toughness, effort, residual income, goals, passion, being prepared, consistency. These are things, if you apply them to your life, everything will change. Think about this for a second, guys. You're being taught this crap. You're being taught about your go to work for 40 hours, get your overtime. Here they're telling you guys, work for a couple years, build a business, live life on your terms, right? If you live with purpose, you know exactly what you're supposed to do. How long did it take them to pin that up on the board when they knew what they were supposed to do and there was a team doing it? Not very long. He would have been there for the rest of his life trying to figure it out. That's exactly what's going to happen to you if you quit this business because you think it's hard. You got to listen to the people that know what they're doing. You got to be coachable to them. You got to follow the system. It's all laid out. You see, you know that these people over here are winning, so why not listen to them and go where they're going? Because the other people that are speaking into your ear and putting this crap into your box, this stuff right here ain't going to help. All right? It's not. This is something that somebody put in there a long time ago. Rich people are evil. They're teaching you all kinds of crazy stuff about money. Money's not a bad thing. As long as you're a good person and you're doing the right thing with it, it's a tool. Guys, you're supposed to get wealthy here. You're supposed to help families. You're supposed to build a big team, right? You become what you think about all day. At some point, you're going to attract those things into your life. Doesn't it make sense to get around people like this? People that are going to pour into you. People that are going to talk to you about these important things, like work ethic, like purpose, like goals. Guys, this is our time as Relentless. We haven't even begun yet. This next 18 months before we go back to the next convention, we are going to double in size. That means there's going to be 30 new regional vice presidents. People in this room, guys, are going to get wealthy. They're going to be able to retire their family members. And it all starts with you going out there, listening to your coach, and working your ass off. I'll see you guys at the top.